Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here, and today we have a video on my rank 4 Rintrah. I was planning on doing a rank 3 video, and then I got all the materials needed to take someone to rank 4, and then took him to rank 4. So this video is going to have a mixture of rank 3 gameplay and then rank 4 gameplay while he's unduped, because I duped him after I took him to rank 4. I got him from the featured crystal. I've actually gotten him 5 times, but when I first duped him, I put, I think, 60 SIGs into him, so it took him to SIG 80, because SIG 60 to 80 is a sweet spot for him, because his curve flattens out as you get higher up. But yeah, after that I duped him like 4 more times, so extra SIGs are always welcome because he benefits from them, but just not as much as dumping the SIGs yourself. But looking at his base stats, he's got decent block proficiency, everything else is pretty decent. His crit rating is pretty bad. But that's part of him being more balanced, because if he had a high crit rate, his special 2 would crit more often, and it'd be pretty insane. His special 2 can hit really hard even if it doesn't crit. So going into his abilities, just want to talk about some things that I probably don't think I'll cover in this video. I have him duped for like the last third of the video, I think. So while he's unstoppable, you can passively regenerate X amount of missing health on getting struck or blocking an attack by the opponent. So one thing about Rintrah, if he gets backed up into the corner, like his corner, he will go unstoppable. So you could just block a special attack if you get cornered and basically regenerate health. If you're low enough, you'll have a net gain, which is really cool. And then also when he self-roots, he goes unstoppable. So you could just tank a special on the block and gain a bunch of health back. So that's really cool. And then the power gain from neutralize is really cool, because he normally won't really interact very well with Mystic Dispersion. So this is his way of getting his own power, which is, you know, if you prevent a buff with stagger or nullify or fate seal, you'll gain power from Mystic Dispersion, but he can't with neutralize because it prevents the buff from even activating at all. So this is just the way that they make, it basically gives him power gain. So a cool thing about Rintrah is he has 30% base energy resistance, but he has a max of 50% energy resistance, because he gains a percent of energy resistance per mystical charge. So you get max stack of 20, so that's 20 plus 30, 50% energy resistance. So he basically takes energy resistance and can turn it into half the damage it should normally be doing, like Terrax's rock field, and other things. Mystical charges also give him physical resistance, 1% per charge, so 20%. So that will help when you trade light attacks when trying to stack up ruptures, which I'll show you guys later in this video. A couple other things. Rintrah, he's the only champ right now with a neutralized potency that is above 100%. Purgatory has like a 60 to 65% neutralize, I think. And then Wiccan and Tigra, they both have 100% potency neutralized. But against Cosmic or Superior champions, Rintrah will place a 200% potency neutralized on the opponent for 5 seconds. And this is really good because if they have increased ability accuracy, so let's say you're fighting a champ on Aspect of Evolution, his neutralize will still work where other champs might not. To counter that, for it to be balanced, he has a 60% chance against any other class to place a neutralize on contact when either champ is landing a hit. So it's not like a guaranteed chance where you shut down an opponent, like Tigra being a great thing counter. Rintrah isn't really the best thing counter because it's not as reliable. So it's a way to balance them out, and the potency is 2 seconds less, so pretty cool. He reduces armor break potency by 50% and then continues reducing the potency till the armor breaks are at 0%. So like the first one will be 50%, and then okay, I see. So the first one's gonna be full potency, and then the next one will be 50%, next one's 25, next one's 12.5, and it keeps going till it's at 0, I believe. I think that's how it works. But he also gains attack rating from the armor breaks, so they're essentially like fury buffs. It's just in the form of armor break. So champs like Terrax, Null, they place armor breaks. Surfer does it as well. You know, gives you a way to increase your attack, which is pretty cool. And I think that's all I really want to cover right now. The gameplay will show everything else, but yeah, he's one of my favorite characters of this year. He's tons of fun. If you guys have him, he's worth taking to rank 3 at least. And he's kind of a pain to fight, so he could be really good in Battlegrounds as a two-way champ. Only time will tell, because I haven't been able to use him in Battlegrounds because it's not out yet. So yeah, so let's get to the gameplay. So to start, we're going against Terrax. This is, I think, in somewhere in Act 7 with the unlimited power node. Essentially, for every debuff you place on the opponent, that will give them like a fury buff when this timer expires. And then there's also buffet, which really doesn't really matter. But this is just a neutralized showcase, as well as a showcase with Rintrah against Terrax, which is he's a great counter for, because he reduces the energy damage from the rock field, as well as reducing the armor break potency. So right there, that was a little weird. My root placed me a little too far back, so my last light attack whiffed, which is weird. It's really not that big of a deal. So right here we drop the special 2 with 29 ruptures, and that's 57,000 damage. I should probably mention again that this is a rank 3 Rintrah, so 57,000 non-crit is pretty solid in my opinion. We're also not getting that regen from getting hit while unstoppable. So right here we drop a special 2 with 37 ruptures, that's 71,000 damage, non-crit, which is still really good. Great for war health pools and Battlegrounds health pools. We're pretty much consistently staying at 20 mystical charges, which is awesome. Right here I was dexing the special because I didn't want to take extra damage, but yeah, there we go. This Terrax is down and 99% health after getting hit, so the armor breaks helped with willpower, and then the root debuff helped us with our healing as well. So now I wanted to showcase another fight on this path, but I also wanted to showcase his regen on his special 3, which is extremely strong. You regenerate 20% of missing health, or if you launch it at 20 mystical charges, you regenerate 20% of missing health, but for each mystical charge you regenerate a percent of missing health. So if you're super high up in health, like at 90%, you're not going to regenerate too much. You'll regenerate 2% health, because it's 20% of 10%, which is 2%. But if you're lower, it becomes more potent, so pretty cool in my opinion. You could just top yourself off with the root debuff that you get when self-rooting, but we're at 64% health right now, and then after the special 3, I think we'll be at 72, so 8% gain, which is pretty good, and it gets stronger as the lower you get in your health, so pretty cool in my opinion. And I think we finished this this fight at full health, because the willpower from the root debuff as well as the armor breaks that Angela places on us. Right there, if I was awakened, the damage that I was taking from her basic combos would be reduced. So yeah, if you guys didn't catch on yet, Rintrah gains attack on his special 2 for each rupture on the opponent, and they're basically his currency in increasing his damage output on his special attacks. Right here is a cool showcase of his special root being useful, because it got me it kept my spacing. You want the opponent in their corner, and at 20 charges, when the opponent launches their special attack, you will root yourself, and that's really good for saving space. So right here, the special 2, 56,000 damage. But yeah, I really love his self-root mechanic, because it makes him feel like an unstoppable bull that you can't move, which is what I think the design intent was supposed to make him feel like. So yeah, this fight pretty much over with. Just gonna use the special 1 here. The special 1 is used more when you're awakened because of the power gain, That passive fury that you get from the special one also helps quite a bit, and it helps you gain mystical charges. So yeah, there we go. That fight is over with, and I believe we go on to some war stuff. No, this is a CAV-EQ fight. Can't remember what chapter this is. I think it's a Cosmic chapter, but it's a good showcase of Rintrah against like normal path fights in war. The PI is low because the attack is low, but the health is pretty standard for Battlegrounds and war, I believe. It's like 150,000, which is maybe slightly below average for like a path fight in war, but it's right on par with Battlegrounds, I believe. But this is just to show how his damage looks against opponents like this. So we launched the special 2 at 42 ruptures, and he's gone. Hercules, you don't have to worry about his immortality buff with the neutralize, so Rintrah's a great counter to Hercules, who is kind of annoying in Battlegrounds from what I hear. So yeah, so now here we take our Rintrah to rank 4. Took him to rank 4 unduped. I don't think he needs his awakening, but once you get it, you're like, holy crap, how did I play him unawakened? So this is just some rank 4 damage showcase against Captain Marvel in Realm of Legends. So this is 540,000 health, I believe, somewhere around there. I think it's 545. But yeah, he's really fun to play. You really want to drop your special 2 right before your root debuff ends, because that will give you extra 5 ruptures. But if you can do what I just did and get a 5-hit combo in with them against their wall, it's super easy just to make up the difference. So it's really not that big of a deal. But we're showcasing Rintrah right here with the Mangog synergy. I think Purgatory is also in it. Can't remember the other one. I think it's Rhino. You save, I think, 30%, or you have a chance to save 30% of your ruptures on your special 2. So that's why we have 57 ruptures here. And yeah, 312,000 damage special 2. Pretty nuts in my opinion. So that synergy is really good for him. You definitely don't need it. But here is a war fight. I forgot to start recording, and I figured, hey, this could be good for the showcase I'm doing on Rintrah. So this is Path 7 Conflictor, and this is Null. So he places a lot of armor break debuffs on you from his special 2. So you can use Conflictor here to your advantage because it will push him to a special 2 easier. And yeah, those 10 armor breaks on your special 2 will increase your attack rating by, I think, 5,500 at rank 4, because it's 550 per armor break debuff, so that times 10, you have a pretty massive attack increase. So we don't even do our self-root, how do you say it, the self-root loop where you trade lights in the corner, because we're just going to be losing a bunch of room on the map against Null with his special 2, which is fine, but he's placing those armor breaks on us for us to make up that missing damage. And if you don't get hit in the whole fight, you're just going to be regenerating from willpower the whole time. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool in my opinion. Right here, I think you guys will see a really cool ability that Rintrah has, because Null's going to launch the special 2 here. Not right here, but it's going to be coming up, I think, right here. Yeah, so I mistimed the dex, but I go unstoppable while in the corner, and it saves me from getting obliterated. So that's a cool showcase of his unstoppable against the corner being a really solid safety net. But next up we have Terrax on Vivified. Rintrah's very good for this fight. Normally people use Cosmic Ghost Rider. I've seen Namor, I've seen Hercules. I think Rintrah makes the most sense. So yeah, Terrax will never leave his rock field, so if you get to 20 mystical charges, you will reduce his rock field damage by 50%, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we dropped the special 1 here. That will give us 20 mystical charges to reduce the potency of his rock field. And now we just do a bunch of intercepts until we can self-root ourselves in the corner. And then now we just trade light attacks here. And then we drop the special 2. This, I think, will kill him. Yeah, 77,000. He was running the recoil tree, so definitely helped us out a little bit, but he still would have finished him. Another war fight. This is now my rank 4 duped Rintrah, node 46 Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is an interesting fight. So we don't stop the initial armor up. They recently changed this node. It used to be strike counter combat power. Right now it's strike counter block penetration, which duped Rintrah doesn't really care about, because if you block attacks while you're self-rooted, or while you're unstoppable, which is usually when you're self-rooted, you'll regenerate the damage that you take, or a portion of it. So really not that big of a deal. So right here we are trying to get CGR to throw his special 2 or his special attack, but he wouldn't, so now he'll throw the special 2 here. We just take it on the block and you can see the regen numbers just popping up. Pretty cool stuff. CGR will pretty much be dead here. Just block the special 1 because we're rooted. Root also taunts the opponent, which can make them throw their special attack, as well as reduce their attack rating during the special attack, which is pretty sweet in my opinion. But yeah, so, CGR's down here. I think he's a really strong counter to CGR here, especially now that they changed the nodes. You don't really need a bleed immune anymore. So yeah, that fight's done. I think we have one more war fight in this video. I think it's Surfer on node 48. Let's get to it and see. Yep, Surfer on node 48. So I think this is when Conduit was out and it was slightly bugged. Yeah, so this node, feats of vigilance, power efficiency, missing in action, and return policy. I think Rintrah will make most of these nodes, if not all of them, pretty much non-existent. This fight is a little bit longer than it needs to be because Conduit. I should have never knocked down Surfer. That would have made it a lot faster, but it's really not that big of a deal. Because when I knock him down, if Conduit was working, he would have gained a shock debuff, which would heal him. And Rintrah's, I think he's all physical damage, other than his last hit of his special 2, which Surfer will regenerate. You guys will see it in a second. But yeah, here we're just blocking hits, and you guys can see that the rupture damage is just taking him down pretty nicely. So I think he will work when Conduit is working. You guys can see here he regenerated a big chunk of health. So right here, the taunt is super useful on the self-root because it got him to throw a special 2, which I wanted him to do anyways. So now I can just do a couple hits and then block the special 2. But yeah, I think Rintrah will work for Conduit. Just don't knock down the opponent until you know you have enough ruptures to kill the opponent. So like right here, even though it crit, it wouldn't have killed him and he just regenerated. So when Conduit's working, he'd gain a debuff that would heal him. So yeah, I'm gonna meet you guys at the next clip because I'm running out of things to say about this fight. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. So next up we have a Cavi Q boss. Again, it's Silver Surfer. The nodes here are Heavy Bias, Mystic Ward, Insult to Injury, Steady Build Up Fury, and Fractured Guard. This node combination is just really good for Rintrah to be a top counter for. So when you block an attack, when you get struck in the block, you get a permanent armor break on you, which Rintrah uses as damage. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. And then Mystic Ward will prevent normal mystics from nullifying. I think it's just all nullify effects have a chance to fail. But Rintrah is a neutralizer, so he doesn't really care about that. So right here we drop the special 2, 33 ruptures, and 56,000 damage. He's pretty much dead. The 10 ruptures, or 10 armor breaks on us, are increasing our attack rating quite a bit. So this was a really solid node combination for Rintrah to be a top option for. I believe next up we have, it's Gauntlet Terrax. I solo this fight, but I don't do any crazy special 2s until the end, I believe. It's just a showcase of his sustainability, which I think is very high. So right here, I was trying to get a feel for these intercepts, and I wasn't getting them, but special 1 for the increased mystical charges as well as the Fury passive, and then now we're gonna get these light intercepts going. Of course that one didn't work, but we get a medium intercept there. Yeah, the AI was being kind of weird. But yeah, this Terrax here has Vivified, or no, not Vivified, he has Energized, which is like Vivified, but yeah, you just gain increased combat power rate, which is going to keep him in his rock field longer, but he's not immune to the power drain. So right here we take a little combo. We're just going to drop another special 1, and then take some blocked hits. Yeah, I didn't play this fight very well, but you guys will see how sustainable Rintrah is when you go for the special 3 rotation, which is just looping special 3s while at high mystical charges. So yeah, this Terrax, his AI, for some reason he was not very aggressive, even though he's supposed to be very aggressive in rock field. I think at some point I get into a good loop of no, I don't think I ever get into a good loop of light intercepts in this fight, but this is a good showcase of his sustainability. So here, after we heal this damage here, we're at 19% health, and then we go up to 37% health. So 18% increase, which is very high. So Rintrah could be damn near immortal in the right scenario if you know what you're doing with him. So right here, I think I'm going to let him get out of his rock field. No, I am not. I'm going to get to 20 charges and then drop the special 3. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So 14% health, you guys will see. I think we go up 20% here. I wish I had skipped special 3 active, but yeah, we go up 20%. So it's just a good showcase of his sustainability. A lot of people are super hyped up on his damage, but he's one of the most sustainable Mystic champs in the game, just due to his damage reductions and then ways to heal from self-imposed willpower, as well as healing from being struck through the block or just getting hit while unstoppable. So he's one of the better characters released this year. He's definitely super strong. Definitely someone I want to have on my Battlegrounds roster. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to let this fight play out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit like if you did. I'm going to try to make more videos. College is just starting back out for me, so not sure how my class schedules are going to, or like my workload's going to go for that. Still working full time as well, so it'll be interesting to see. But thanks for watching if you guys made it this far. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out, guys.